Bobby, once again, second show in a row, is like a black guy. His hat is matching his background and his headphones. It's like the drip, as the kids say, like the fit, if you will, is on fleek. Bobby, take it away.
Hey,
it's on point.
The POS show with your hosts, Pat Oates and Bobby Tamburo. And Pat and I were talking about being white trash before the show, and then he said he'd never smoked a cigarette. Jesus Christ, I think you're out of the argument at that point. Joining us.
Once you finish the intros, I will tell you how that makes me even more white trash. Watch.
I could not be more excited, and I promise she has nothing to do with me being on fleek or on point. It's Barbs. Welcome back.
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
We thought of you because I was going to be on, I hadn't been on Anthony Cumia's show in a while or at Compound. And I was going back on, and so I wanted to find I was on like 10 times in a year. So I wanted to find old pictures of me on Google of being on that show. So I searched my name in Compound Media. And then I guess there was one time you and I were supposed to be on the Wet Spot together, but it didn't happen. So
yes, I remember that.
Because of the search, all our names came. I was like, fucking Barbs. Holy shit. So I had your name written down. So today when Bobby and I were talking about guests, I'm like, is Barbs dead? Does she do comedy? Is she still alive? And he's like, no, she moved to Florida. She's back now. I'm like, good, ask her.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not dead. I'm back to doing comedy. I hit up some open mics literally the first week I was back, trying to like weasel my way into shows and stuff. And so I'm like trying to, as soon as I got back to New York, I'm like, you were just stuck in Florida, in North Florida. There was no comedy scene. You better utilize this to like your advantage.
It kind of
go ahead, Bobby. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, did it kind of like make you feel more like enjoy it again, almost like, I have to take advantage of this now. These
exactly, yeah, like kind of like motivated and enjoy it and be like, holy shit, there isn't just like one open mic a month here at the place I work at, and I can't even go up because I'm working a shift right now. Like, so it definitely, I'm like, if I'm in Astoria today, like I had to go to Planned Parenthood in Astoria, and then nothing bad, don't worry.
Congratulations.
Just a normal appointment.
Yeah. Get it while it's legal. I get it.
By the way, everything's good there. Maybe not for the baby, but for everyone else, it's great.
It's like
for the women, it's great.
Yeah. When they banned Jules, I stocked up. I get it. I know what you're going through.
It's better than going to Unplanned Parenthood. That's the worst place.
I actually did stock up on Plan B like a few months ago when there was talk of Roe v. Wade being overturned.
I was walking down the street from my house, and on a hill, on a sidewalk, the regular area, on the ground was an empty Plan B package. I'm like, they couldn't even wait to go home. Like it was
immediately.
It was a nip in Plan B. I'm like, party. Like that girl, give me your number.
Hell yeah. I want to be friends with her. I want her to be my friend. She
was cleaning out both ends. You threw vodka down one, Plan B down the other. Go. That's the kind of girl I like. The one that's like, go do what you want. It's not going to live anyway.
It's always fun. Oh, Jesus.
What? It's bad. If you're not, listen, I have 2 kids, but they're adults. My kids are your guys' ages. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not going to have other ones. So it's like at that point, if I meet someone and they go, listen, it's kind of like Bin Laden's cave in there. It's not going to survive long. So go ahead and just do it and blow loads. That's fair.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I could see that. That's just like natural selection at work, honestly. Because like if you're doing that and you're pregnant, like that baby shouldn't be surviving. Like you shouldn't be procreating.
Right. But then again, most people only get pregnant because they're doing the other thing anyway. The people that actually do plan it are like Amish or lying.
Or like it's like those weird couples that like, not to call it weird because like my mom struggles with infertility and I don't want people like going crazy that I'm calling infertility weird, but like it's like those couples that go through IVF and they like plan out what the baby looks like what month it's going to be born in, like the features from each parent, the genetic scanning, like shit like that. They like plan it out to like an extreme.
Yeah, but you know what? At least okay, they might not be loving parents, but they're going to be attentive parents because they're fucking in. You know what I mean? Like Bobby was always doing this running bit about Gattaca, the movie, and saying that if you could choose your child's penis size.
When you put it like that, it just sounds vulgar.
But Bobby, I always thought that was gross. But right now, when Barb said that, I'm like, that's the only time it works. Is if you're like, if you also went eye color and everything else, then that may be penis size. You could go with that. But that's at least better than somebody who's just like, oh, you're pregnant? Like, I guess we have to like each other now.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
My parents were married for 6 years because they had me, and they lasted 6 years too long. I mean, they had my brother and sister, but like they shouldn't have been. My dad's been married 2 other times. To this day, I couldn't tell you what they did at a bar to fuck. Like when you see 2 people like that, you're like, how? Why would you fuck each other? It doesn't make any fucking sense that you.
Like, how did you cross paths?
Yeah, like the conversation, I couldn't imagine what it was besides just like sex, please, and thank you. Like that had to be it.
It's like that old Def Jam poetry. When the baby's planned, Amish people panic. When the baby's not planned, normal people don't panic. I don't know. I fucked it up. I had it better in my head.
I don't know that one. Is that a real thing?
No, not at all.
Oh, I was confused.
I was like,
I did it backwards. So that didn't help, but it's all good. It's a lot of poetry, and I'm not good at that.
But anyway, you went to Planned Parenthood and then comedy?
Yeah, I was in Long Island City, so I went to Planned Parenthood. I got my appointment, and then I went to an open mic in Astoria at QED. Like, it was just like, I was like, oh, this is great. Like, just take a city bike up. And the thing is, I wasn't doing this before I left. And it sounds so cliche because I had to move out of New York to actually appreciate growing up and living in New York. When I saw how shitty so many other places are in this country. I'm like, this is how people live. I'm like, never mind. I'm going to stop complaining when I'm back in Brooklyn. I'll stop complaining about everything I used to complain about.
But that makes perfect sense. Most people don't appreciate their parents as people until they grow up, move out, and then talk to them again when you're an adult.
Exactly.
Sometimes you don't understand what you have because it's the thing you have. And then when you kind of don't have it, you can appreciate it or really hate it. Like, I'm sure there's some Germans who just don't like, I wish the concentration camps were back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're probably like, nah, that wasn't a good time. But some of them might miss it because they're like, at least there was order and outfit.
Well, the ones in Argentina probably miss it. So,
yes. Well, they're still getting looked for. That's crazy that people are still trying to find them. It's like, let it go. The guy's 93.
The longest game of Where's Waldo, honestly. Like, the longest game in history.
It's Where's Waldo? You have to pronounce it. Bobby, can we make that shirt? Where's Valdo? And instead of like a striped shirt, it's just a Nazi outfit.
As long as there's like an Argentina on the map, so it gives it some context.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
It just says in the back, not Germany.
I do have to argue with your point though, because it's like he killed my whole family just because of who they were. I'm gonna keep tracking them down. It's gonna take a while for me to let that one go.
Yeah, but they're all dead too. He's 90.
Well, no, my grandma was a Holocaust survivor. Like my great grandmother and my grandmother, they were straight up Holocaust survivors, same concentration camp as Anne Frank. I like to, but that's my clout right there.
So your grandma has credits.
Yeah, your
my grandma has some clout over here.
If that's not your credits going on stage, her grandmother shared a concentration camp with Anne Frank.
Anne Frank, same one.
The difference between your mom or your grandma and Anne Frank is she was busy focused on surviving, and Anne Frank was writing a fucking diary.
Exactly. My grandma fucking survived and then went on to have children who then had me. And Anne Frank was writing a bullshit diary.
Now, there are people in the world that don't believe Anne Frank was real. Now, when they do that, do you go, ask my fucking grandma?
I don't know. I've been to the Anne Frank house and I've read up on history. She was probably a real person. She was probably a real Jewish girl.
There was probably someone named Anne Frank. A lot of people don't believe the book was written by her, obviously. Maybe the father did it post-mortem. I
feel like it was definitely some of because everything was we had something from a concentration camp. My mom had it. It was a wooden box with people's addresses on it. So if you ever got out or anything like that, you could tell their family where their family member was and please just let them know I'm alive. This is where they're keeping me. I don't know what's happening, but this is where I'm at. And it was really worn out and you can't really see. And that's wood, and wood's a lot more stable than paper that you're writing a diary on. So I feel like there was definitely pieces of her writing or her diary and her journal, but someone else put the book together. Someone else had to have not embellish, but fix up and edit or clean up some parts or decipher some parts.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't a publisher in the attic too. That'd be kind of crazy. It's
sitting there with a typewriter copywriting everything.
Because I hope someone's writing something because I've got all this equipment. It's write a book. Yeah, because Anne Frank, Helen Keller, we talked about her on the last podcast. Same thing, that people they existed as people, but their stories. We think a lot of different stories from a lot of different people at camps and things were all tied into this one story to make it a better book. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I agree with that.
At 12.
If you read my diary from 12, it's probably depressing as shit and you want to kill yourself afterwards.
Well, I don't know if you know. Spoiler alert for Anne Frank.
Oh wait, no. Wait,
Mission accomplished.
She didn't really go much longer.
Well, that's what happens when you're trying to be a writer instead of focusing on surviving and leaving the Nazis. You kind of deserve that one.
Speaking of people being dumb when someone's dead, like okay, so I was at at comics at Mohegan Sun, and on Thursday late night they do a bringer show that I host, and in the other room is a karaoke night going on. So sometimes the double doors will swing open and you could hear the bad karaoke while we're doing the comedy.
Oh, that's amazing.
So when I start off on stage, I always say, hey, everybody, you might hear the doors open. And it can be good or bad, because if you're enjoying the comic, you can be like, close the door. But if you're hating the comic, you're like, open the fucking door because you want to hear it. And I was like, I go, and you can hear a fat white guy trying to sing Whitney Houston poorly. And then people laugh at that. And then I'm like, I always hope that guy has the same fate that she had. Now, I said that, and one lady goes, wait, what? And I turn and go, ooh, spoiler alert. Did you not know? She goes, what? I go, she's dead. And she goes, oh my God. I'm like, you're fucking kidding.
You're kidding me, right?
And I go, and she goes, oh, I don't know. I'm drunk. I'm like, yeah, are you going to go to work tomorrow? You better if you're hungover, because Whitney sang the fucking national anthem on crack and did great. Okay, so you better go to fucking work. And she goes, whoa, she did crack? I go, what do you know?
What do you know about Whitney Houston? Like, what do you know about Whitney Houston at all? Like,
after the show, people were asking me, was a plant. I go, that'd be the weirdest plant. Like, hey, say these weird things about Whitney Houston. So when I do this dumb line, I can.
You had like one of your friends come in like and ask, and yeah,
it was dumb. I was like so happy that she didn't know shit.
Do you know her last words?
Whitney Houston or that lady?
Whitney Houston.
Because that lady's last words were not funny. Like,
and then you shot her in the face.
Whitney Houston's last words?
Yeah.
I believe the children are the future?
No, it was actually Dwayne.
Dwayne?
Yeah, and a lot of people thought it was like for a while, thought it was like a lost lover that nobody knew about. But it turns out she was just trying to say, Dwayne the bathtub, I'm drowning.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oof.
I was going to go with Bobby. No, Bobby, stop hitting me, please.
Well,
but
that's actually why she couldn't say the R in drain, is because he had just gotten done hitting her.
Beating the shit out of her.
That on Facebook, that there was like somebody did one of those like jokes where they like frame it so it gets 1 million views, whatever. It's like, so it said something, dumb pun. And I'm a fan of puns, but sometimes puns get me real mad because like they're so bad. And it said the Beastie Boys have an analogy coming out, whatever the word is. You saw that one? And they wrote like, it comes in 5 parts. Parts A through D are free, but you have to fight for the right to part E. And I just wrote underneath, fuck you. And it's gotten a ton of likes just for my response on that. But I was just like, I don't care if I get like banned or whatever. I was yelling fuck you because I hated it, but I also loved it. You know what I mean? It was like, it's like the fact that they wrote that and we're like, this is going to kill. And it did kill. It's gotten more likes than 3 of us combined could get on anything for the shittiest joke ever.
I don't know, man. That Dwayne joke.
That's not yours though, is it?
No, it's a street joke. But the way I seamlessly... Right. I had you guys on the end of the reel.
Well, it's the first time I ever heard that if it's a street joke. So good job.
Thank you.
Could have fooled me.
Why did she have a lisp?
No, Bobby hit her. That was the...
Oh,
like Bobby Brown used to beat the shit out of her.
I know that, but I didn't know that she got... I thought he was like smart about it and did it in the ribs for like, just you didn't see the bruise. I didn't know he did face.
Oh, so the face isn't like bruised up.
Yeah, they say use like a rolled up like newspaper or like a telephone book because it doesn't leave bruises.
Well, it was a...
Or if you're lucky, her skin won't yellow till the next day, so you could get away with it for like 24 hours.
I think you're talking as a white woman.
It was an ice bath. He wanted her to get in.
Black don't yellow.
The ice melted, and
she's all beat up. She looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
That inspired that song. They came over to visit, and she's all beat up, like black and yellow, black.
That's what happened to Michael Jackson. His dad found out what he was doing with the kids. Just went over with a belt. My bad. I pushed the envelope too far, guys.
I'm laughing.
I'm sorry. My bad, guys. My bad.
Wait.
No,
Michael Jackson got hit? What?
That's why I dance so well, Pat. Because if you want your kids to be good at something...
Wasn't he like molested by his father though too, or am I just making that up?
His father was very attentive.
Okay. Timeout.
No, I don't think his father molested him. I think he molested other people.
His dad beat him a bunch, all the kids.
Yeah, I don't think he fucked him.
Okay.
He wasn't an animal.
He wasn't an animal. He was just trying to be a parent. That's all.
Well, that's the thing.
He just beat the shit out of him. He didn't fuck him.
Every kid wants to be better than his dad. How do you be better than your dad who beats kids? Michael found the way.
Well, I'm guessing what happened was he did listen to his father a lot, obviously, for their whole career and everything like that. So his father probably hated. He had all these kids. He had the Jackson 5 plus the 2 girls. They were all making him nuts. So people would say, "What do you think about kids?" And he'd go, "Fuck them." And Michael heard that.
And he just took his dad's advice.
Yeah, I thought that was a little better than the Dwayne joke, and I made it up on the spot. So fuck you. Okay, before we get into our dumb show thing, my question to you, besides COVID, I've never taken a break from comedy. You weren't doing comedy that long before you moved, right? Like you just started.
It was for like about a year.
So do you feel new again, but like new?
Yeah, I feel like a baby again, kind of like just because my life fell apart in New York and then I moved to Florida and I thought I could get my life together in Florida, but you can't do that in the state of Florida.
It's like that Disney story, when your life falls apart, go to Florida. You hear so many people where that works out.
You become a Disney princess in Florida, actually. You become barefoot in jail in child-size handcuffs. True story.
Now we got to turn everybody on. Great.
Now actual true story. I used to have a fetish for them. Now I just have PTSD. It's really upsetting.
Yeah, I have that too, but it's not the good kind. Anyway, go ahead.
And so then, and then I moved back like a week ago and I feel like a baby again. Like I feel like, cause I fell off the face of the planet and I kind of stopped communicating with people because I was just like pissed that I had to live in Florida and I was there like miserable. Like I did meet some good people though. Like I did meet good people. Like I'm not shitting on like a lot of the people I met. They were wonderful. They were really fun. They were crazy animals, good hearts. And I kind of stopped talking to people. Like people would try to have me like on their show here and there. And like, I'd say, yeah. And then like, I'd be like, oh, I have to work or something. I kind of just like so now I'm like trying to like repair everything where I'm like, hey, I'm back. I'm sorry for being a dick and ignoring your text, but I did text you happy birthday a month later. So remember that.
Yeah, but I get that because like, okay, so there was during the COVID thing when I couldn't perform a lot, people would ask me to be on podcasts or certain things, and I would quickly turn it down, even though I wanted to do it, because I knew if I started doing those things again, I'd want to do all the comedy stuff again, and I couldn't do it. So I knew it. It's almost like if someone asks you out to go on a date, and you're like, I don't really want to start dating again, but I kind of like this person. I think if I dated them, I would want to date them, so I got to shut it down because I'm not ready to be with that person yet. So now you're ready to fucking date comedy again, which is nice.
Hey,
exactly. I'm excited.
I know you couldn't come to the amusement park. You want us to FaceTime you though, so you could see like what you're almost doing.
That'd be fun if you're FaceTiming that and you see a kid fall out of the roller coaster and die. You're like, what? What are the chances on FaceTime? That's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be actually kind of cool. I would appreciate that if someone did that.
There to see it, like you saw it, but you weren't like. You didn't smell the blood or whatever.
You're not gonna have to like.
They didn't stop the ride while you're upside down because the little kid fell out and cracked his skull or something.
I would like to get that picture afterwards when you're going down and you're holding the phone, so it's your face on a phone going.
Oh yeah, with the like roller coaster picture every time they have it. Yeah,
you're just pretending you're enjoying it. So you just moved back?
Literally last Friday.
And why? Because you missed it, or like because you couldn't handle Florida?
I got a lease extension on my apartment, which I didn't think I was going to get, which I was hyped on because my ex and I were horrible tenants, but I guess my landlord didn't want to go through finding more tenants. And my ex had moved down. He moved out. He signed like an apartment, like lease somewhere else in Brooklyn with one of his friends and stuff. So it was perfect. So I signed that. And then I kind of got like arrested and put in jail and charged by the state of Florida, like really white trash.
That's Florida stuff. That's just
exactly. And some other things happened, and I realized that as crazy as I am in New York, I'm a lot more tame and put together than I am in Florida. And I actually care more about my life and I have obligations here. Like I have obligations. Like if I sign up for a mic and I Venmo someone like $10, even though it's $10 or $5, I'm like, I'm going to have to get out of bed, even though I'm not working or something, get dressed or take a shower, brush my teeth and like go to that. Or if I tell my friend, hey, yeah, like we'll go grab coffee, I have to like get up. Like I didn't have a lot of friends down there. The people I met were like great and stuff, but like again, like not like real friends that I've had here
Now
for like
you're-
years and stuff.
Terms of your probation say legally you're not allowed to hang out with them anymore.
Listen, my charges were all dismissed. It's all dismissed.
And
by
I'm
the
not
state
going
of
to
Florida.
ask what you did, but I am going to ask this. If the Florida and New York are two different types of crazy in their own way,
Mm-hmm.
is what you did crazy to people in Florida or people in New York if you told them?
Both. Although in New
Both
York,
would
it's
think
more
you was crazy.
expected. But no, in New York, people who know me would kind of expect it. And when I explained it to them, they did. They were kind of like, okay, yeah, like we know how you get sometimes. And like the cops in Florida, if this happened, like NYPD, like, no, this happened in New York. Like NYPD has like real shit to deal with. Like they really do. Like NYPD, like some people got shot like this morning within an hour in like 5 different boroughs. Like there was a stabbing on one of my subway stations a few days ago. Like they have real shit to deal with. These cops in Florida drive up and down like Daytona looking for drunk idiots to arrest.
But everyone there is crazy, though. I mean, not they aren't all, but I mean, Florida has. I mean, there's a reason why everyone leads with the stories of Florida. You know what I mean?
It's the heat. I think it's the heat. It's like the seasons. Like you need seasons. The fun has to end. The summer has to end. You need fall. You need winter. You need seasons for the fun to stop.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. I didn't go to Florida much, but I had a family that lived in Deltona, Florida.
Okay, yeah.
So we would go down that way. My uncle, he was the first person to ever like say racist jokes in front of me. And like, but not like to be racist, kind of almost taught me like you can make fun of anything type deal type. But like in Florida, he would just say that to the other black guys on his softball team.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and that's fine. And everyone laughs.
I go back to Connecticut and be like, my uncle told me this joke. They're like, well, you go to the principal's office forever. And I'm like, oh,
well, yeah, like here, I feel like half the time when I'm talking about something, or if I'm talking about like a political stance or a viewpoint, I have to explain myself so I don't seem phobic of anything. In Florida, no one gives a shit. They literally don't give a single fuck what you think. Like they don't give a shit, which is wonderful. That's a wonderful part of it. You don't have to get sucked in to talking about whatever some blue haired chick on Twitter is going off about. Like,
yeah, the blue hair is not good. The hair that looks like they are like the outside of a fish when it comes out of the water. Like, you know, that one, it's kind of green, kind of blue, red. That one is like still kind of fuckable because they're crazy, but they know they can wash all that shit out. When you go hard blue, it's over. Like you literally
or hard purple, hard blue or hard purple.
Hard purple, but hard purple actually, because you guys are younger, you don't know this, but hard purple actually used to be when old people tried to dye their hair red. Like that used to. So when I was growing up, if you had purple hair, it was the old bitch who tried to go hard like Lucille Ball, and it didn't work.
I thought hard purple was what Lil Wayne and his friends drank, and then they rapped. Let me get some of that hard purple.
I thought hard purple is what Wesley Snipes called his boner.
Easy. Oh, that's my alarm.
Hard purple sounds like what is going on?
That's my alarm.
That is unpleasant.
I'm sorry. I'm doing this new workout thing, Barb. I'll be right back. I just got to go do some push-ups.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
it's okay.
I'll be right back.
I thought that was that Pat went too far meter. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh no, he's serious. He's actually
FBI.
going to do push-ups.
Yeah, he's actually got this whole thing now. He's trying to get in shape, Barb. He's out. He wants to be out there in the market trying to make the ladies or whatever.
All right, good for him. Good for him.
He's trying to like get it all going. I don't know.
Good for him.
I had not eaten carbs like for a couple of years. That I went right back hard into carbs. So 2 days ago, I was like, I'm gonna take a break from carbs. Not so much weight wise. I've learned that carbs fuck with my depression.
Sorry, I just had to bang out a quick 100.
Gluten kind of stuff does that. So right now I'm feeling good, but I'm also sad about the fact that like whenever I'm like bummed out, pizza and pasta are my fucking go-to.
Pizza is literally my go-to.
Yeah,
pizza,
so
like a slice of pizza, my go-to.
And I had like a really good set on Saturday night and then looked at my schedule and had another gig for 2 weeks. And so that got me sad instead of feeling the high. And I'm like, ooh, a bowl of pasta would be nice. So Sunday I had pizza and a little bit of pasta and say goodbye to it. And now then, of course, the last couple of days, running again, doing whatever. Not that I'm getting like fatter, but I just was getting sadder, and it does fuck with my clinical depression. That all gluten kind of shit.
No, yeah, of course.
So, but I do miss it right now. But I'm not on Bobby's level where I have a timer telling me not to eat pizza.
Well, no, I just had to go bang out 100 push-ups quick. No big deal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
One hand?
I like it.
No, two-handed. I like to do like that, 10, 15 times a day.
Do you clap?
No. What am I?
Your cheeks, I meant. Do you clap your cheeks when you
I
do
mean,
it?
I keep it tight. Yeah, that's how you build a nice core.
Keep it tight. Keep it light. Keep it tight.
When I was younger, I would be told I had one woman called it an Irish ghetto booty, which I don't even know if that's a term. I think she was trying to say I had a good ass for a white Irish man, but I don't know why I'd be in the ghetto. Or was I in the Irish ghetto, which I don't know if that's a thing.
I feel like that used to be a thing when like the Irish immigrants came over. There was definitely like Irish ghettos.
Yeah, like when the Irish were the black people.
I'm half
yeah,
Irish.
like when the WASPs didn't want like the Irish around them, they like shoved them away in some corner of the city in tenement housing.
Yeah, I used to do a bit about how when Irish and black people are very similar, but black people are obviously smarter because when we were all poor, what they would do is they would give people brisket. We now know it is brisket, but that cut of meat nobody wanted back in the day because it was a shit meat. No one knew what to do with it. So they give it to the blacks and the Irish. The blacks made barbecue, and the Irish threw it in a pot with their laundry and made corned beef. So
yes, I was gonna say. I think I know what this is.
I would always do that bit, and then I would get more hate from Irish people. I'm like, it's a fucking joke. A, B. And they're like, well, you're Irish, you shouldn't do that.
True, it's kind of true.
And Bobby also knows that I say this all the time, but I always say I'm not Irish. I've never been to Ireland. I'm from Connecticut. My grandparents fucked there. That's what people are saying when they're like, "Are you Italian? Really? Are you from Sicily?" No, never been. Oh, you're just bragging where your grandparents fucked? Mm-hmm. That's all you're saying.
Yeah,
so Bobby, you feeling swole?
I'm feeling good, man. I was gonna just say I'm half Irish. So the other half of me says
from the waist down or waist up?
Anywhere the Irish live is considered the ghetto.
Nice. What's your other half?
Italian.
Ooh, you like to punch ladies. No.
So there's a reason I don't drink
just
heavy.
my type right there. They're just my type right there. All of New York.
The same quote Barb said before. Bobby, don't hit me, no. And just turn it to you. It's like same quote. By the way, please nobody take that clip.
Wouldn't be the first time I've said it to a man named Bobby, so it's all good.
Wouldn't be the first time I've heard it, so.
That would suck if you were like this abusive, awful guy, but also not the first. You're like, you're not even the best at this.
I feel like he sucked. Craig did it better. Craig punched me in the face harder, actually.
I've been abused so much better than this. You're not even good at being an asshole.
You're inadequate when you hit me.
The best joke I think I've ever heard in the heat of the moment was I had a girlfriend who had tried to kill herself several times and was unsuccessful.
It's funny.
And her brother was bickering with her and she was like, please just stop. I'm having a bad day. And he's like, what? Or you're going to kill yourself again? You suck at that too. Just another thing you can't do right. And he walked out of the room. I was like, my God, that kid's my hero.
I liked it. He said you're going to kill yourself again.
It was that exact phrasing. It was so comedically perfect.
That is amazing. I love that.
Listen, I've never met anybody that killed themselves and then told me it was a good time.
No.
So I wouldn't do it. That's our PSA.
I used to threaten it. I used to threaten it to my mom, I think when I was like a teenager and like maybe like when I was like heavily using in college and then like my ex a few years ago. And both of me said the same response. Be like, okay, yeah, have fun, sweetie. Have fun, honey. What do you want for dinner? Or, like, what do you want me to order for dinner? Or like, what, like, I'm going to Target. What can I get you? Like literally just ignore the fact that I'm like, I'm going to slit my wrist. They're like, okay, have fun with that. I'm going to go do this. What do you want for dinner later?
Now,
ignoring the fact.
If someone says that, I get very concerned. If you're like, I'm going to kill myself, I'm like, hey, did we hug earlier? I got to make sure my fingerprints aren't on you. You know what I mean? Like, because like I have the look of like he's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got to ask, did they ever care? Did they ever do like the grand gesture? Because I knew somebody like that. Let's say it was that same chick.
Oh, I'm sure they realized she's making a joke. They obviously cared that if you said you were going to harm yourself, they tried to use humor to deflect it or ignore you to think it would go away.
I mean, my mom would visit me in the psych ward, so she clearly cared. So like,
that's nice, and you put her on so she could come see you. But like I, in that situation, the first time did this whole.
You only
thing.
get one, I think, right? Was that just your mom?
No, you get a few people. Well, I went to fancy psych wards and ghetto
okay.
psych wards. The fancy ones let you have like visitors bring you food and games and magazines and stuff. The ghetto ones don't allow anything.
Well, and this chick had to be
I've had
careful.
to visit one person one time, and I had to bring newspapers. That's the only thing they could have.
Someone bring me People magazines.
Yes.
This chick had to be careful
with
that
people in it or the actual People magazine.
None of the
Like
other
the actual-
suitors showed up at the same time. But like I did the big grand gesture, you know, we went and got hot chocolate and Hershey and like by the fire, and then we built a pillow fort to get through it together. And you're like, oh man, this is gonna be like our Disney moment. And then it happens 9 more times, and you're like, oh, we're on a Disney Channel show. We are
She's
not in
just
the same budget.
She's like just unmedicated, stuck on Space Mountain, or like freaking out for 9 months or something like that. Like she's just stuck there. It's not a Disney moment.
Tons of
or
fun.
you just constantly reminded her that maybe death is better. You know what I mean? If it's around, if you meet someone that says they want to kill themselves to many people, that's one thing. But if everyone else is like, she's never said that to us, it's like just you 12 times, dude. Get away.
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you in that situation.
Like, I look at you putting on your belt, and I think that would fit around my neck and end everything.
No, this was everybody. Fortunately, it wasn't just me because nothing about that relationship was just me. The intimacy, things along those lines too. But no, like by the 4th time, you want to go over and just be like, all right, yeah, we'll hang out. We're going to read a book. It's called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Now, look, the 3rd time the boy cried wolf, nobody cared anymore. And then the wolf ate the boy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stop crying wolf.
No, wait, that's not a good analogy, because then they didn't believe, and then the person did die.
Yeah, that was my point. Like, by the time you actually mean you're going to kill yourself, nobody's going to listen
You actually kill
anymore.
yourself. Yeah, by the time you actually decide to go through it, no one in your life is going to try and stop you. No one's going to give a shit. Like, no, everyone's just going to be like, oh, she's doing it.
I would always try to stop them. You have to clean it up. Like,
if it's in your
house,
home,
you have to clean. Yeah, it's always going to happen in your. That you got to worry about. You meet some. The second they say, I'm going to kill myself, you got to go out for coffee.
I would kill myself in my own home. I think it's selfish to do it at someone else's home, on a subway track, off a bridge.
Well,
you have to kill yourself in your own home.
But if you know this part, but killing yourself no matter what is selfish, because you're like, I'm your problem now.
But
no matter where you do it, it's the ultimate selfishness.
There's this cool structure of stairs in New York City that they had to shut down because like 5 people jumped off of it.
The vessel at like Hudson Yards.
So if I was gonna do it, I would definitely sneak in there.
Barb called it make out point.
Okay. And like leave a note about it being cursed or something, and like to solve this curse, go see Stevie Lou's comedy show August 24th, and just give like one last person a huge plug. Yeah.
That would be so good. That would actually be really cool.
Performing there.
Say that again.
I could see Stevie performing there.
Yeah, he's just on the site. We're moving the show to where Bobby died.
Big A's taking pictures of people hanging themselves.
They're lying down.
New York City is beautiful.
They keep the tape on the ground. Everybody takes their pose in my... Oh, boy. You guys better hope things don't get dark.
Bobo's just standing next to a dead guy going, Bobo found a boo-boo.
Oh, my God.
The thing about this is Garrel Strawberry did so much cocaine, he could have brought this man back from the dead in the 98 Mets. Bobo's our friend who's really good about the Mets, Barb.
Oh, I'm guessing she's been on Wet Spot. He's like the little retarded guy that goes on.
No, I know who Bobo is. I know. I've met him. No offense, I met a lot of retards at that studio.
None taken? Like, what do you mean? No offense. Are we retarded?
No, to everyone else, not you two. But like,
if the shoe fits. I mean, if the shoe fits.
Listen, I'm on the spectrum, so shut the fuck up. Takes one to know one.
Florida 5. Don't fucking give me any shit. Call me a retard.
Damn.
Couldn't even be hot in Florida. So you had to move back to the place. Don't fuck anybody. Don't give me any. Don't call me a retard.
I was a North Florida 12. I'm a hard 8 in Brooklyn. I'm a North Florida 12. So
yeah, they like 12-year-olds there. I get it. You're built like that.
Oh my God.
There's a reason I can't live near school anymore.
That is a good point. Yeah.
And by the way, I didn't mean to flirt with you. That's just what I do. Anyway.
It's okay. I enjoy being degraded. So we're on the same page. I enjoy it.
Well, Florida is the only grade you get. It's like it's degraded. But Bobby, do you have a story or should I do mine?
Why don't you do yours while I think of what story I want to do?
That picture I sent you, can you pull that up?
Yep.
And it starts with, I live in the nude with my boyfriend because clothes make me anxious.
We
Andrew
like
Ford.
that.
Yeah, well, you'll see the picture. They're not, it's never who you want to see naked.
It's never attractive people.
And when you see the, will she see it too, Bobby?
Yep, it's I gotta
cool.
zoom in a little bit though,
Cool.
so let me do a little production.
By the way, Barb, just so you know, I take all my stories from the New York Post because it is the worst news of all time.
I love the New York Post. It's a garbage publication. I love it.
They don't even really record. Like, this has actually been a story pushed around. Usually lately, it's all stories of somebody watching someone's TikTok and then
Yes, it's usually TikTok. It's usually
Yes.
TikTok videos that are used as the sources. Yep.
We did one on Short Kings the other day because
Ooh, they did the one about the girl that was flew out to another city. Oh, that is vile and disgusting.
yes. And by the way, not comfortable on a bike. I've never been naked on a bike, but I'm guessing
We have to
Guy,
explain
I
what
wore like
Barb.
not a good
booty
time.
shorts on a bike and that shit's uncomfortable. So I can't even imagine being naked.
You know what's even worse? The guy who went by and sniffed the bike after. Like, that guy is terrible.
Aaron Berg probably put it in his butt seat then, or in his butt crack then.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Barb, so when we share the screen, it freezes everybody. So smile on 3. 1,
don't wanna
2,
smile.
3.
Yeah, but we do that, and then I gotta it's silent for the audio. Okay. All right. So I was saying it's the New York Post for a reason, Barbara. So you know that they always like to lead with a pun. They always, no matter what, they always like. So it starts with, she's living her naked truth. Sadie Tan, 32. Funny, she's tan, and she's the whitest fucking.
She's tan, but she's white as shit.
Says clothes make her anxious. So she's speaking out about how she and her boyfriend live life in the nude. The British, I don't know why that made it worse, but being British in naked.
Oh, they're British.
Yeah,
they're
that's
weird.
not good. You know, it's blotchy down there. Is blotchy a good term?
There's probably like a lot of like razor burn and like it's like weirdly discolored.
Yeah, and a lot of saying like, my pussy looks big, in it big, my pussy. It's like, I like saying in it. The British blonde started feeling restricted by clothing as a young child and soon began walking around the buff. She has done so ever since and is now convinced her partner, Colin. I don't know what makes me more mad, them being naked or when a man and woman call each other partner. I get partner when you're not a man and a woman. I know you're supposed to be equal, but stop it. If you're the fact that you have to make the guy call you a partner means he's not treating you equal. You should already feel equal. You shouldn't have to have a title partner.
I don't like the word boyfriend, girlfriend though. Like I really don't enjoy those words because I'm not in middle school and I'm not 12. So I'll say partner, like my man or like my woman or like my girl.
I get that. Usually I'll just say their name because I know it.
Okay. Well, that's good that you know it. Sometimes I don't know the name. I'll be dating the person for a month. I don't know their name.
The only time I think I feel like I have to do it is when someone's like, you're introducing someone. Because if I've dated people that if you don't do a title, they feel like you're not saying you're with them. And
I know girls like that. I know girls like that.
If you and I were dating, I'm like, oh, this is Barb. And they're like, wait a minute, you don't say who I am. Like, this is my girlfriend, this is whatever. I'm like, I should have said that. But by you being here with me at this thing that I hate in the suit, I think I'm saying I'm with you. You know what I mean?
I want a title.
I just prefer like my name. Like, don't give me a title, please. Right. I don't. There's no need for that. Like, just say my name. Just prove to me you know my name. That's it.
No, what the worst one is? Lover.
Ooh, yeah. Ew,
I've been called that, and I'm like, no. I just said no. They said, what do you think, lover? I said, no. They said, no.
Not a fan.
No. Said, no, don't ever say lover.
What if they do it with an A instead of a hard R?
Lova?
Like lova?
Or just love?
I don't think
love is cute. Love is cute or lovey is cute, but not lover.
Ooh.
You can refer to me as your love, but to call me love is a little, I don't know. That's like, I wouldn't know what to do with it.
So if someone said, like, for instance, instead of saying like, this is like my love, what if I just said like, hey, you want to get some coffee, love? Like you wouldn't that's
how I was thinking of it. Like, hey, love, how are you today?
Yeah. Like, hi, love, how's your day?
It would have to grow on me, but I would keep thinking you don't know my name.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not hard.
But that being said, I've dated people and we've called each other babe the whole time. So yeah, I guess it's just a term that I used. I don't think of love, but lover is gross because that's the act. Love is we love each other. Lover is like he fucks me. I'm like,
no, fair enough. Recently, I've grown to love baby girl and princess, which is super ghetto, but I've totally grown to love those.
So what's the name of the Puerto Rican you're dating?
That's amazing. That is...
I'm good at what I do. Bobby, you can pull the picture down now because I think it's starting to make us lag a little bit. But that's definitely a term for that. Like that is 100%. And my baby girl, yeah, without a doubt.
It reminds me of my favorite Gino joke where he's like, "You don't call a whore, do you, princess?"
There we go. So it gives her anxiety. What does that mean? Does she have panic attacks when she puts on?
I'm gonna get to it. We've never gone that far off a story before, but it was more fun. It was more fun doing that to find out that you're Dominican Republic down in that loving area.
Listen. It's a banana republic down there. I don't discriminate.
I don't want to see your banana nor your republic. Back. Listen, in 2022, women can have bananas. They can have republics, whatever they want to have.
Barbs.
Whenever I start my set now, I always say to all the ladies out there, you look beautiful, and I'm sure your cock is great. It's 2022. You've all got one. Way to go. I love your cock.
Barb moved back because her Puerto Rican boyfriend made it up to AAA ball.
Nice. Well, no, if it's in
he
Florida.
Got drafted in the major leagues. The cash cow ran out. He moved on to
Florida. It's not Dominican. It's Cuban. It's like his raft was bigger than everyone else's.
He could swim faster.
Have you met my lover, Ilian Gonzalez?
He threw a 98-mile-an-hour junk ball. It moved north to south and east to west.
And he puts his junk balls in my mouth sometimes. Anyway, the British blonde started feeling restricted by clothing as a child, and then got her boyfriend Colin to also take his clothes off, which is kind of fucked up. That just means he was just going with the flow. This guy didn't do this, and now he does this. I have always loved the feeling of being undressed. I prefer being naked as I feel so much more comfortable that way, Tan said. I feel free and full of joy. Wearing clothes feels like putting on a costume, and none of them feel like me. The environmental biology student, I like how she throws in the things she's done. I'm this. Like, no one cares about your job. She can't be working that job naked, right? She has to go to work with clothes on. Clothes feel like putting on layers of expectations and pressures of modern life. They feel like putting on layers of anxiety. Oh, then there's another picture where there's a frontal of them on the bike. Oh, and they have flowers where their parts are. It's fucking weird. Anyway.
Oh, see, I want to see the parts. At least show the parts how bad they are. It's like a car wreck. You can't look away.
But her flowers are kind of near her waist, so I don't think you want to see the parts.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, it looks like 2 bags of Bisquick just hanging.
Them beef flaps, roast beef flaps over there.
But by the way, he only has 1 flower, so he's not killing.
He's maybe he's a grower. We don't know. He could be a grower. Give him some credit.
You're riding your bike with a naked lady behind you, knowing that you can fuck her at any time because she's down. She's obviously down. You're always down. Yeah. Down. And you're fucking down. 1 flower? Fuck you. You're not into it anymore.
Fair enough. No, that's a good point. It's a good point.
And you're riding around. I know people would say like it would be weird other people seeing you, but you're not by yourself naked. You are
you're with someone else.
You're so awesome that she's like, please be naked. You're sporting. That thing's pointing at people like it's in a parade. You know what I mean? It's like
100%. Should be a little compass, like directing you guys on that bike.
Compass. 2 things that come out of his penis. Come and piss. Anyway, I am mad at myself for that entire joke.
I'm trying to think how the neighbors would react as they hear like a plate shatter and me just scream, "It's either nudity or a bike ride. It can't be fucking both."
But it'd be funnier too if they're the same neighbors who yell at their neighbors for like their dog shitting in their lawn. It's like, seriously? You're mad at that? You're fucking naked all the time. It's like, yeah, but we don't shit. It's like, we do doggy style and we do tan style. What, Bobby?
I said we clean up our shit.
What's worse?
Hey, you never know. She might be Amber Heard. Sometimes you got to defecate in a motherfucker's bed to teach him a lesson. Maybe that's her way of getting him to comply.
And apparently,
you better look like Amber Heard if you're going to shit in my bed.
Apparently, Tampa County considers that a misdemeanor nowadays.
Apparently, yeah, you can't just go and shit in someone's car anymore. That's considered like a crime.
If I was in Aquaman, I don't think we'd be having this conversation.
Listen, if she did that on the set of Aquaman, the shit would have floated up and there'd be no problem. It was in the water. That's what you got to do, shit on a waterbed. But like, that's the whole thing too. Like, as much as everyone wants to talk about that, it's not like Johnny Depp told everybody that day. Like, he let it go till there was a fight. When there's a fight, no matter what.
Which is nice of him. That's like a good boyfriend.
Listen,
though.
I know we're all on Team Johnny Depp, and don't get me wrong. we've all been in situations in life where we've been through that shit. We've all been Johnny Depp. We've all said someone else is the Amber Heard, but we've probably also been the Amber Heard. But it takes two crazies to tango. And I'll bet you at one time he was probably like, yeah, shit on me. And then she's like, oh, you like that shit? And then literally did it another time. There had to be something more than her just doing that. I know she's nuts, but she's also a phony person who's faked everything in life in different roles. So she knows to not just shit on a bed.
That's true. That's
she's
true.
Not
you
a
would
good
think.
enough of an actress to improv shit. You know what I mean? She's a bad actress.
I was going to wait until after the story for this question, but it does bring up a good point. Like, how crazy would like this guy obviously doesn't want to be a nudist. He's doing it because he likes the girl. Like, Pat, what's the craziest thing you've done for love? Barb, what's the craziest thing you've gotten a guy to do for love?
Ooh.
Barb, go first because I don't think I'm legally allowed to mention half of them. But
my bad, dude. I didn't think about all that.
Mine aren't that crazy though. Mine are just been like them helping me out in life.
Okay. Go on. Elaborate on that. Hang on. Like, how were they helping you?
I don't know. I don't want to put anyone on blast over here because I still talk to them in life. But like, like helping me out with like lawyer fees, helping me out with rent.
But that's just okay. But they're money wise. I mean, that's understandable.
I've had someone drive across the state of Florida just because I wanted to see a hockey game.
Okay, that's closer. I'll set the bar. In 8th grade, they had this like hot machine in the cafeteria that if you put your hand on it would burn for a second. So the cool thing was to put the girl you were dating's initial onto your hand. And so there was this girl I was into named Caitlin, right? And so I came back. She was like, you should do that for me. Came back and showed her my brand new K on my hand. And she was like, I spell my name with a C, you fucking retard.
Oof. Big L on that one.
No, C.
Yeah, it was a C. It was a big C. As in, she could have told me that before I branded my hand, you cunt.
Okay, 2 things. One, the thing I said about legally was a joke. So anyone watching this, there's nothing bad or illegal or anything about anything I've ever done. Now, that's covered. 2, I think I might have told this story, Bobby, but stop me. I think this might become the new piece of shit story that I tell this right now. When I first so I was married for like 10 years, and then I got separated. And literally 2 weeks after being separated, I started to date a girl, and a week later, she moved in with me. Now, obviously, it was me being with someone for 10 years. She was much younger than me. I was in my mid-30s. She was 23.
Daddy.
Listen, I really liked her. She's still to this day. I don't know her anymore, really, but she was one of the sweetest people I've ever dated in life. She was boring, and she wasn't that bright. Now, I don't mean that like in an insult way. It's just not what she was. She was loving, caring, amazing. What?
She always hung out in the dark.
No, she could handle the lights once in a while. She could find them.
Did she know how to read? Did she know how to read?
She knew how to read.
Okay, that's fine.
No street sense. Book sense, no street smarts. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Anyway, we were dating. Basically, I was dating someone because I was married to someone my age, and I never thought I'd see gravity not affect a woman again. You know what I mean? Like, and then all of a sudden, I'm seeing perky tits, and I'm getting blown by a different person for the first time. I never thought that was going to happen, or even get blown. It was great. She had a tongue ring, which, by the way, I'd never experienced. By the way, I thought it was going to be fun. I always tell people, if you think you want to know what that feels like, stick your dick in a tackle box, because that's what it feels. It's even if they try to do it, it's not what you want. It's different, but it's whatever. But she was very gifted at what she did, and kept me. We were together for a couple years.
Mine too.
We were living together for a little bit, and when we were living together, I'm not like the kinkiest person in the world. I'm not really open to a lot of things. One thing I'm not a fan of is anal. I think there's a reason why God made a vagina, because that's the thing.
So you don't like to do, like, you don't want to fuck a woman in the ass?
I don't, because I just.
Can we get married, please? Can we get married?
I proposed right after I yelled at you.
Oh my God, dude, that is amazing. You are a gem.
Well, here's the thing. That's where this story comes in. So she really wanted it, and I didn't. And It's weird. It's whatever. I feel like it's disrespectful. That's where you poop. It's what you do. We all
It's
and everybody has
disgusting.
an
It's
asshole.
gross.
It divides what gay and straight is. Like I have no problem with gay or straight, but if you want to fuck someone in the ass, just be gay. Because then you can also have I deal with women's conversations so I can see a vagina. Like if I wanted to have a good conversation, I'd be gay. Anyway, so but so she was pushing and pushing for it. And she's the sweetest person. She did everything in the world I ever asked. Vice versa. We were a very loving couple to each other. I knew she wanted to get married. I had just gotten out of a marriage. I knew I wasn't going to. I felt kind of bad. And it did end a little poorly because I kind of was like, I got to be with other people. I can't be with you because whatever. Now it's nuts. But anyway, one day she kept really getting hammered and all. Like, I really want to have anal. I really want to have anal. And it was a day where I was working all day, comedy shows at night, and I was like, and I did most of the cooking in the house. I did the laundry. She worked a couple jobs. She did shit too. I like doing that stuff. Anyway, I said to her, you know what? If I come home and dinner's on the table and the laundry's done and the dishes are done, whatever you want, hon. I come home.
She did
dinner's
all
on
of
the
it.
table.
She did all of it.
House is spotless. Everything's there. We're eating dinner. She's smiling.
This chick really wanted you to fuck her in the ass. She wanted to get pounded in the ass.
Dinner. I'm not happy. And then afterwards she just starts walking to the bedroom and kind of like waves me over like this. And I'm like going in, like, she's happy. I'm going
lube it up, baby. Lube it up.
No, any of that. I don't know any. I never did it. Didn't want to do it.
Gotta use lube.
It wasn't. We did. It wasn't her first rodeo. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Obviously liked it. Whatever. I'm not going to get into the details of the thing. I did not enjoy it at all. I felt like I was disrespecting the shit out of her. And I even said at one point before we did it, I said, you know, you're not like loose, right? And she goes, what? I go, do you think I need the tightness? Like, your pussy's fine. And she's like, it's not about that. I go, oh, I thought that's why people did this, because women were such whores that they were like, have a better avenue to go down. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Why do you need it in your ass? Your pussy's fine. I would just figure like, okay, I'm so bored at this. I might as well it feels like I'm putting you through pain. I don't want to fucking, and yeah, she didn't see, at first she made a lot of noises like it wasn't a fucking good time. But like, okay, then it was finally, the deed was done.
Well, once you get past the initial part, it like supposedly feels good, and like sometimes it does, but like
maybe
it's
for
like
her, not for me. I was stressed the fuck out the whole fucking time. I was not a happy camper. And the second it was over, I kind of pushed her butt down. I walked to the bathroom. I turned the shower on like Jodie Foster in a movie.
And just fucking scrubbed.
I got down in the fetal. I'm not kidding. And I let the water hit me, and I was like shaking. And then,
oh my God,
I came out of there.
For someone who claims fucking in the butt's gay, you acted like a real homo afterwards.
I was gonna say, seriously, dude, you're acting like a fucking child who just got molested over here. What, did you
like?
Because
I felt like I, even though she said she wanted it, it felt like she was doing it. She thought I want it. My mind was fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
Shit. So at that point I was like, so I walked out and she goes, "You good?" I go, "Not trying to be an asshole. I kind of need to like not talk to you." And so I went over and I just had to watch like Anthony Bourdain, No Reservations, for like 2 hours while eating ice cream and just decompose. And then I come home the next day, dinner's made, laundry like, fuck you, not twice.
She really liked it up the ass, man.
He did. So we compromised and once in a while, but I never again. And now I do. I'm not even kidding. When I first start dating someone, even before we have sex, I kind of bring that up. Like, hey, I really don't like that. And I know you're going to think of saying it, whatever. I just don't want to do it.
Most women that I know, and like myself included, it's like, yeah, like eat my ass out or like put a finger up there. That's fine. Like that's fun. But like anal's a chore. Like I'll do it if you really want to. And I'm going to expect a shit ton of favors afterwards. Like either it's a birthday present for you or now you owe me like 6 date nights in a row. I pick the place. Like I get to choose what we do. Like it's a chore. Like it's not like I'm in pain because once you get the first initial part, it's like whatever, but it's a chore. Like I'm never going to offer it. Be like, hey, want to fuck me in the ass tonight? Like, no, absolutely not. If you ask enough, maybe I'll say yes.
But then, okay. And then the eating part, I don't get either because I don't want to eat someone's ass. I'll eat a pussy. It's
good. Like eating ass and getting your ass eaten. It's kind of hot. Not gonna lie. It's hot. It's kinky. I'm a fan.
I mean, I've done it because I've been down there anyway. And they were like, while you're down there. And I'm like, sure. Because
Just turn around the corner. Just go around the block.
For each other. I'm also just a huge fan of that because to me, the hottest thing about sex is hearing and feeling another woman being fucking into it. Like Irish guilt in my life has made it that I can't get off until they get off. So I put in the fucking work. But like, that's why I felt like I had to do this with this girl because I loved her and she needed it, but I didn't want to do it. And it's like sex to me is supposed to be we both want to do this thing, and you're kind of forcing me to do a thing. So who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it me for being a bitch like you guys said about all this stuff?
No, it's her
for knowing that she wanted that stuff, or is society for making women think they need things in their butts because they have gold down there? Why do I need brown oil when they've got Texas tea right next to it? Barb, go first.
I definitely think it's her. I'm not gonna go with society because like I feel like some people do like things up their ass and it's pleasurable for them. So I'm not gonna like discount kinks. Maybe she was super.
You can
into
like
it.
your thing. Listen, I also don't like feet, so you wouldn't date me if you wanted your toes sucked because I won't suck.
Oh
your
yeah,
toes.
never touch my feet. Never look at my feet. Oh, that's the worst.
I mean, I want you to have feet. If you have stubs, no, then we can't date.
No, amputate it. You're not gonna fucking amputate. Let's go with that. You're not gonna fucking amputate.
I hope that someone pretends they have no arm and then does. It's called an amputees. Anyway, so
I think the girl, I'm not going to lie, because as a woman, you're always often like pressured into things sexually.
Oh, Bobby, you got to work out again?
I think that was like the 1 minute warning.
Okay.
And I sympathize with that because like I've been pressured to do things sexually that I didn't want to do as a woman. So I'm gonna go with the girl. Like you shouldn't be pressuring anyone to do something they don't want sexually, even if like you're super into it. Like find like a compromise, like maybe put a dildo up her ass, put a butt plug while you're fucking her. Like you don't have to physically do it. If she's super into it, put a finger, put like a toy up there. Like you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And especially because you were in the fetal position afterwards. Yeah, that's kind of traumatizing. That's like a sign of trauma right there.
Yeah, and a couple of times I had to do it again in life. I didn't go in the fetal and I was fine, but it was just like I made it clear I didn't want to do this thing.
If it's
like
not enjoyable for you, don't do it. Don't
do
it in bed.
He was going to answer, but now he's got to go do his push-ups. Listen, you can't stop when you're building a temple. Sometimes you can't.
When you're building an empire.
That's what it is. I guess I don't know. To be young again, but yeah, it's like that's weird. Like, okay, I did date a girl one time that she needed to have she had a tail thing she wanted to wear, but it was our first.
She was a furry. But
it was our first date. I mean, our first time hooking up, and I'm like, I'm not into that anyway. But that you wait till we've had sex first. You don't just with tail because she said I have this tail. I go, I'm not lead with the tail. Horse. I go, I'm not being a horse. She goes, not you, me. I go, I don't want to fuck a horse either. I don't know what's
No, you don't lead with that.
Just hang out with Chrissy.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but I did, and I'm an asshole.
I'm
an asshole. I laughed at that. I'll admit to it. I'm an asshole. It was a good joke, but it's not true.
I just finished my 1,000 sit-ups.
The views and opinions of Bobby Tamburo, not that of everyone on POS.
Sorry, I just did my 1,000 sit-ups. Wasn't thinking straight.
1,000 sit-ups.
Oh, that 1,000, baby. You're killing it.
That's all you did in that time?
It was quick. I'm trying to keep it. We got Barbs.
Just keeping it light and tight. Keeping it nice and tight.
Biggie.
Like that lady's asshole, Bobby.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to attack Christy.
No, but what's
like
the POS
that.
on the?
She looks more like a man than a horse. Christy Miller, I apologize.
No, she doesn't.
You keep talking when I say the last name, trying to get myself out of trouble. Christy Miller, I apologize.
I was
the
trying
POS in your story,
Bobby. Who's the piece of shit in my story?
You for leaving out key details. Like, what did she cook for dinner?
Okay, she wasn't a good cook.
Yeah,
so,
but like any sexual activity, you have to meal prep for that the guy puts you in charge of. It's interesting.
I didn't put her in. I made a joke. I always cooked, so all she could make was spaghetti. So literally, I'm eating spaghetti.
Oh, so she made spaghetti.
Right, but in her mind, she thought you were saying that, like, well, if you cook something, that won't be a problem.
No, Bobby, we've been dating for 2 years. She knew how I spoke, how my sarcasm was.
So she understood him. There was no hidden messages.
She also knew that my guilt was my thing. Where like, if you do something like that, I'm going to be a man of my word, even if I'm kidding. I've always been that way. So even if I don't want to do something and you're like, you want to do it, we're doing it. If I care about you, we're doing that thing, no matter what, because that's just
which is what a good man does. Like that's what like a good man will do. Like he wants to make you happy.
I think just good person in general, man, woman, whatever. If you're in a relationship and someone wants to do something, the last thing you want to do is judge what they want to do. You should be a cheerleader, not a judge. By the way, read my latest article on Medium where I talk about that mindset. Boom. Anyway, it says go ahead. It's called Go Ahead, Look for Bigfoot. I actually put it in the Patreon too. But I have a whole article about like, instead of judging people in life, you should support the thing. If they want to go look for Bigfoot, instead of telling them they're crazy, let them do it. They're going to die someday. Let them spend their life any way they want to. If they want to have anal, let them have anal. Just don't have anal with Bigfoot. So, Bobby,
if they want to be nudists, sorry.
No, that's where I draw the line.
I honestly, Pat, I think it's you in this situation.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, you were the more mature adult in the situation.
I was older. That was it. The reason why I date younger people is because we're at the same maturity level.
But right, but if you look at it like who had more time to emotionally mature to like set up boundaries, it would have been you of the two. So while she was pushing
women mature
your
faster than
boundaries,
men, though.
That's
and
true.
then once you get married for 10 years, you miss out on the rest of life. I was kind of like in timeout for 10 years.
Right. She's young and doesn't have the life context to put that all into place. She also hasn't like been probably on the reciprocating end of pressuring somebody into something sexually. You know what I mean? So she probably doesn't realize what that feels like or like what it's doing to you.
This was a year and a half into a 2.5 year relationship. I had established it every fucking day. I didn't want to do this.
I'm just saying, I feel like
I'm just defending myself.
No, of course. I said you're the piece of shit for doing something you didn't want to, but like
right.
You could have at any point been like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not doing
I couldn't.
that.
You wanted to do it. I couldn't.
Do you realize the repercussions if like at home, especially like, if they were that long together and they were like living together, like if he said no to that, like how awful she would feel and how awful she would make him feel for weeks on end?
Absolutely. And like part of that's the fun of being in a relationship like that. Is
oh yeah, that's the fun. You anger your bitch.
Thinking about that. But it's like my good friends Ario Speedwagon said, you know, I make you laugh when I won't put it in your butt, you cry. It's time for me to fly. It might have been time to move on.
That's the non-radio edit version of that song.
The B-side of the first album. You got it.
Right, of course. Now, if you want to know how I was a piece of shit in that relationship, is the way I ended it. I think I've said this before, Bobby, that she wanted to get married, and I just started being a house comic at Foxwoods Casino, and
so you're just on the rise. You can't get hitched to shit, baby.
Yeah.
Because I was there, and I was managing, and there was a waitress there who the attraction with both of us was like ridiculous. Like it just... There was no, I looked at her. I never cheated a day in my life. And I still have never, I don't cheat. I just don't believe in that. I believe in telling someone I want to fuck other people and breaking up before I cheat. I just don't think there's a reason to ever cheat. You just go, so you say, I don't want to be with you. If you want to fuck someone else, then go do it, but end the relationship. Don't go cheat. That's just always the way I've been. So, and this is the only time I ever did that in practice. We were living together. This girl thought we were going to get married. I knew something was going to happen between me and this girl. It was like, even just like the talking was at the point where it's like, something is going to happen. So I came home that night at like 3 a.m, woke her up and told her that we had to break up so I could fuck someone else. And then she had to move out.
You woke her up to tell her that?
Well, I mean, she always wanted me to wake her up when I came home. So I had to be like, hey, I didn't want to go to bed with it.
Oh, I'd smash something over your head. If someone woke me out of my sleep to break up with me, like I don't give a shit. My grandma could be dead. My mother could be dead. Like, and you're gonna wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Fuck no. Wait till the morning. Wait till that shit when I wake up and I have my cup of coffee and I do my yoga in the morning.
Technically, it was morning. It was 3 a.m.
What if he had texted her and was like, "Hey, we got to break up so I can fuck somebody," and then you
and then he went and did it without response?
Oh, never. No. We had to talk about it. I had to say it to her. I know it doesn't make it better, but in my mind, it made it better to say it rather than do it. I won't cheat. I will end it.
You will end it. So can I interrupt because I have to pee really badly?
And now with kids, so like she's happy and good. Just so we know, she's all happy and
go
good.
Pee. You're good. Yeah, absolutely.
Can I go pee and then I'm going to go ponder on the text? I'm so sorry. I have a tiny bladder. I'm so sorry.
You go do your thing, and then we will get back to the naked person in a minute.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Better than you just peeing on the air. All right, Bobby.
Yeah,
we're still recording, of course.
Yeah, we're good. I'm trying to just make her thing disappear for 1 second.
We gotta end this soon anyway. But like, so that, and then of course that was karma because that next relationship was one of the worst things I've ever been in my life. Yeah. It was great for a while, but it was when you meet someone like that and you go on a crazy term like that, it's not her fault that it was bad, but it was just that there was so much passion for two people that it's never going to, when you meet someone and you have that click where it's a good relationship. If I stayed with that girl, I probably would have still been married. I would have married her, still been married and been happy. I don't think it would, she wasn't boring in that. She wasn't like super fun and crazy and out there, but I probably would have liked that better later on in life. I thought because I got divorced, I needed madness, wildness, all that stuff, untamed, all that kind of stuff. But when you go into a relationship with something like that, it doesn't work out because you can't keep that level up, either one of you. And if somebody wants to come back down, the other one expects the other thing. And then relationships after that, at least, was back to being in good relationships again. For the most part. Even if they ended, that was the only one that was like gone in was complete passion and not like compromise and respect type deal. It was just like, let's fuck. And then the kind of had to be together because she was running away from other things. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah. Do you think that like you would have been?
By the way, that relationship was like over 8 years ago for people doing math of people they know I dated. It's not other people. It's one certain person from a long fucking time ago.
Do you think you would have been able to be the person she needed you to be, like not having the opportunity to chase your freedom? Like you said, you would have been able to be together and be happy.
She let me chase my freedom in every other way possible. Like she was the most supportive of anyone I've ever dated was always supportive of comedy and me chasing my dreams. I have to say that. But she was at the very beginning when I really wasn't doing anything yet. And she was like, I'll support us. Go, you're funny. Go do this.
She's back. Stop talking about her.
When did I date her? She would have been 4 years old in that story.
Jesus.
Hey, maybe he's into that. You don't know. It's a very developed 4-year-old.
No, I've made this clear in almost every episode. No matter how cool they are, I won't fuck kids. Like,
good.
It's kind of our.
I also have kids, so that's really disgusting to me. I mean, it's like,
yeah, maybe one of their friends now, but not when they were younger.
Not your actual kid.
Bobby, I've told you that before, but like, I was at I was being roasted one time. And like I said, I do date people, like even today, I'm in my 40s. I date people that are in their early to mid 30s. It's just the people I meet doing comedy, being out. Most people my age have more of their shit together or think I should. So therefore, I get along better with people that want to chase dreams and go after things, people in their 30s. I'm 40 something, whatever. But when I was years ago, I was being roasted and people knew that I dated people younger than me. And one of the comics goes, man, if you know two things about Pat, one, he loves his kids, and two, he also likes to make love to their friends. It was like, fuck you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Have you ever fucked one of your kids' friends, though?
No, my kids aren't that old.
They're not.
They're like in their 20s. Are they in their 20s?
One's 20 and one's 17.
Okay, 20 is like fine. 20
no, it's not. I'm 47.
Who cares?
Older than their dads.
Oh, that's okay.
See, you think that's a red flag. Barb thinks that's hotter. Like,
I don't think.
See, I fucked people older than my dad before. Like,
that's what you do.
Fine.
Barb, I'm sure we've never met in person, and I'm sure you're a wonderful person. But for you to be the spokesperson for Pat, here's why you should fuck your kids' friends. Because I would do it.
Because I would do it.
You know what? Here I go with my anal thing again. I don't want to, but Barb told me I had to. What are you making for dinner, Barb? Anyways, who's older out of you two, Bobby? You or Barb?
I think I am. Barb, how old are you?
How old are you? I'm 26.
I'm 30, so it's me.
Okay, I knew you were both near 30, so I was like, okay. Yeah.
Do not say those words to me.
What?
That I'm near 30. Do not say those words.
You're fucking near 30.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm in my 20s.
I'm young. You're 21 years younger than me.
I think
the
you're in your
age
late
between
20s.
us can legally drink.
And don't let the Mustang
If
I
we ever have a
drove last
threesome,
week
that's the
behind
age
me.
that has to be between us. A 21-year-old. We're all set. Bobby, you're 30. I always thought you're 29. I don't know why.
You look younger than 30, though.
Thank you. It's because I wear a hat. If you saw where my hairline is, it'd be over.
Oh, well, there you go.
You know what's funny, Bobby?
Catfishing.
Who's young, doesn't need a compliment. You think I would have gotten at least one. You don't look 47. Nope, fuck that. I didn't get one. No, you don't look. I got, holy shit, you're not 63? That's what the fuck I got out of this.
I think she was trying to figure
I got told
out.
two things.
I think she was trying to figure out how
and that I'm
you.
not young looking. Most people say to me, holy shit, 47? You look good. You got good skin. You look fine. People think I'm 40 sometimes. Nope. You're like, fuck you, old man.
Listen,
Go back to Florida, you goddamn whore.
You're bald, so you have to be over 40. Let's be real.
I've been bald. I shave it.
No, but don't get me wrong. I have a crush on Larry David. I think bald guys are weirdly attractive.
David? He's gay. And I've been shaving my head since I was in my 20s.
Listen, one of the last married couples I was fucking, the husband was bald. Wait, so, like, look at that. He was hot.
Just throw that story out of nowhere. One of the married couples I was fucking.
Oh, yes. Florida's filled with them. Hopefully. I don't think they're ever going to listen to this. So, like, I'm not going to mention names, so it's fine.
No, don't mention them. But like, I don't know. There was one you liked more than the other.
I liked one for, like, company. And like, but no, not necessarily, because both of them
in bed. I mean,
and what?
In bed, there's always one you like more than the other.
Oh no! Oh, I definitely like the chick better.
Yeah, it's usually that's the case. A threesome is that the wife wants to fucking be with a woman, but knows the guy wants to be there.
Well, they had a setup where they had like an open marriage and like an open relationship, and I met a lot of
She wanted to fuck
polyamorous.
other people, and he said okay, like the naked guy on the bike.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. She wanted to go out and fuck like other people, and the guy just had to agree to it because he loved her. Apparently, it's not the same as riding a bike, but they were really fun. She was younger than him, and I was younger than both of them. And they were like super rich, super fun. There's a lot of polyamorous couples in Florida I've met, and apparently, I'm just a unicorn. I found out I'm just a fucking unicorn for these people, and I'm okay with it.
What's a unicorn mean?
You're a bi girl that's willing to fuck like people in relationships, and you're not gonna like get attached, and like you don't really want to pursue anything with them.
That's a unicorn?
Yeah, because for me it was just fun. They would take me out like to festivals and on their boat and like their golf cart, and we'd go out and stuff. So for me it was just fun. I never was interested in moving into the house or replacing.
Oh no, I get it. I just think there was a term. Like when I was younger, we called that the girl nobody would marry.
Oh yeah, that's still what I am today. Don't worry, I'm gonna be that. I am the woman no one's ever gonna marry. But
back in the 1800s when I was a child, Barb, you fuck. Anyway,
I mean, give
so
her some
your
credit.
first car was the Model T, wasn't it?
Yes,
it
was a Model T bag. It's what it was. Who's the piece of shit in the? Oh, go ahead, Bobby.
No, it's okay. I'm good. Go ahead.
Who was the piece
of shit?
Who's the piece of shit in that story with the bike? Them for being so uninteresting that we went off on a tangent about anal and three-ways and everything else to the point where we don't care about them. Her for not being attractive enough where even I care about the picture. Him for like, you can't find somebody that's at least going to wear a headband. I mean, come on, have some kind of personality. If you're going to be naked, at least wear a cool watch. You know, I mean, do something where it's different, where I take my eyes off it if I want to. Or the New York Post for thinking this is fucking news. Bobby, you go first. Oh, you're smoking. Barb, you go first.
I'm going to go with the dude, because if you're going to be a nudist for someone, you better be nudist for a hotter chick than that shit. Like, if you're going to be walking around with your dick out, riding a bike, pretending you're happy about it, she better be worth it. Like, that's my opinion.
But a hot chick doesn't need you to do that. I think the uglier the woman, the more she wants to make a guy do something to prove that she is attractive.
That's like, the basis of a relationship. What can the woman get you to do? It's her constantly testing that limit, regardless of how attractive.
All I ask for is like Starbucks and Chick-fil-A. I don't ask for much. Just bring me that.
I'll send you some gift cards after the show. I'll at your boy.
Yeah, it's funny because like the guy we automatically think the guy's doing it for her. Yes, they wrote the story about her. She's the nudist. She's saying she's anxious and all that. But what if it's really him? What if he's the one that wanted to be a nudist, found someone that wants to be, and he never could? And like his whole life, he was in relationships where people wouldn't do that with him. And then he's like, well, I don't know how to say I want to do this. And she's like, well, I get anxious a lot. And he's like, you know what? Clothes make me anxious. She's like, wait, maybe that's it. I can't afford good health care. So maybe we're in England. So maybe I need to have my clothes off. So maybe he's the one getting her to do it, but making her feel like it's her idea.
Okay, I could see that.
Because I think a nudist woman, and I hate to say this, usually isn't going to deal with that guy. You're either going to be a feminist and not 100%. Deal with men at all, or you're going to have a bunch of men with you and not be in this monogamous relationship on a bike.
That's true. If you're that free with your body, you're not going to be hanging around some old dude, like fucking riding around a little tandem bicycle together. Like you're going to be out like parading that shit, being like, yeah, this is like my body, my choice. Like, this is what I do. It's like, yeah, 100%. Okay.
And even if you're an older woman and you're not attractive, it doesn't matter. A naked woman's body is amazing no matter what.
Yeah, it's a naked woman.
Gross. Right. So like, no matter, you're always going to find someone. Like I've always said, if you see a homeless woman, you're just seeing a woman that's picky. Because if you have no standards, some guy somewhere will take you in, no matter what. He might be gross, might stink, he might be dumb, but at the same time, not even a bad guy. He could be a great guy. Just disgusting.
You'll have a roof over your head. You'll have a roof over your head.
It should only be homeless men because women are like, I can find someone else. I don't want that stink job. Clean up your head. You know what I mean? So like, it should always be that way. So a woman, no matter what, she could be naked. There's going to be some guy, younger, older, whatever, who's going to be like, I'll do what you want.
I agree. No, I agree with that.
Sorry to all the homeless women that watch this show. My bad.
I'm not sorry. It's your fault, bitches. Don't be picky.
Wouldn't that be great? The only thing they get a phone, they go to charge it, and they just watch this. They're like one of our 30 viewers. It's like some homeless lady going, they just lost my Patreon.
The change they get in their cup, they just pay for your Patreon every month.
That is kind of what it is. There's not many people there because I get so paranoid that people are trolling us that I just keep blocking people off the Patreon if their email doesn't look real. Anyway, Bobby, go ahead.
I think you misread the situation.
Okay.
Aside from the fact that in the article it said he wasn't really into it but did it for her. She isn't a feminist. Like, her thing isn't being nude. Her thing is attention-seeking mental health issues. She was the anxiety chick. That didn't get her enough attention. You know what does? I'm so anxious I can't wear clothes. And I need you to not wear clothes either to support me. Like, I think it's more of an attention thing, less of like a political movement.
Okay. I kind of get that. But then, like, wouldn't her... I don't know. I would think that if you're true... I've had anxiety. And I still kind of have it to this day, but I run, I get it out of my head. And so
every single day.
I can do things to quell it, but it's never going to go away. I'm overthinking all that shit. If I got someone on board to do the thing I do to get rid of the anxiety, that would give me anxiety.
100%.
You know what I mean? So I would be like, I get what you're saying. I know you want me. I think the anxiety, Bobby, in your case, could be fake.
That's what I'm alleging.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in other words, I can't just say I'm a nudist. I have to have a reason. Now, I would have gone with clothes allergy because I went to high school with a kid who couldn't wear pants because the pants would make his legs rash out. So he had to wear certain kind of shorts, like lacrosse shorts, even in the winter because he had this weird thing. He could wear a shirt, but his legs would break out. So you could be like, hey, I can't wear clothing.
You could say you're allergic to like a lot of materials. Like I would just say I'm allergic to like a lot of like main materials and I can't afford to buy like locally sourced handmade like clothes or something.
And I'm not
like
going to wear a fishnet outfit.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to like make it myself. So yeah.
I want to wear this latex fuck outfit, but I can't wear it everywhere.
That said, she's not the piece of shit. He is. Everybody has a shtick, right? Everybody's doing their thing. You know, some people do workouts and do cool things like post the Mustang they drove last week behind them. Some people get naked for attention, you know? Just everybody has their shtick. Some people say they don't fuck their kids' friends, but put SpongeBob SquarePants in the background, so I find that hard to believe.
Now, can you guys both tell what kind of sex they have by the way they're on the bike?
She pegs him.
Let me see the picture again.
She's behind.
She definitely pegs him. She's definitely in charge.
Or at least they don't have doggy. Why would he be in the front?
Missionary with the lights off, not looking at each other, or she pegs him.
Hey, listen, I'm a fan of missionary. I like eye contact. That's me. But lights on are good too. But most women don't want the light on because they're like afraid.
But the thing is, if she was pegging him, she'd be in the front because she would be in charge. She'd want to be the dominant one, the one steering.
If we looked at the picture to the right, even though it's blurry, he's more attractive in the face than she is. Not that he's a good time.
No,
but she looks like Larry Bird.
Yeah, but he did those things with those kids.
Exactly.
Those things with those tits?
With those kids.
Those kids.
Oh, kids.
Kids.
I thought you said tits.
He's like, yeah, I'll get naked, but we can't ride past this school on this bicycle built for two. We have to stay 600 feet away.
Do you know why I couldn't do that relationship? I mean, A, I'm not comfortable walking around outside naked on a bike. I've never done it, but I know that wouldn't be my thing. But more importantly,
because she's your age.
Yes, that would suck. But more importantly, even than that,
she could legally drink.
She's gross. She can legally drink. That whole voting thing's bullshit.
She's white. I know you don't normally do that.
Listen, if I'm dating a girl, the only thing she should be able to vote for is the Kids' Choice Awards. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So you guys are going to out joke me. It's like, anyway, so it's like, but the problem would be is this. One of my favorite things about being in a relationship or being with a woman is when she takes her clothes off. I like that. I am into, even if it's just being with them every day, even if they're just wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt. It's something about that. Every time I'm allowed, I've said this before, I'll say it a million times. No matter any relationship I've ever been in, if it was just a one-night stand or a long relationship, any woman, if we're not talking anymore, if we hate each other, whatever it is, if you ever let me see you naked, I thank you for your service and I salute you. It's a gift that you give every time, and I've appreciated it every goddamn time. It's an awesome thing to do for somebody. So if I just see you naked all the time, then it loses that fucking magic.
Yeah, pretty much if you let me see you naked, I will propose on the spot. That is where I'm at.
I agree with him because, like, I've had exes who've seen my boobs or like me naked hundreds of times, but they still get excited every time I would take my clothes off. Or, like, every time I send them a new picture and they'd be like, "Oh my God, that's like unexpected. Like, thank you, babe. Like, you're so hot." Even though they've seen it like 1,000 times. Like, it was just in their face like 6 hours ago. But like, and so that's like a nice feeling. Like, even though someone's seen your body so many times, they still get excited to see you naked. So like, it's like, I don't
even like getting pictures because I don't know. I like it more in person. A picture. We all know, and if any guy doesn't think this, they're crazy. It's not like if you were like, "Hey, I'm going to send you a picture." It's not like you're doing a photo shoot right now. You have pictures on your phone. You're sending the pictures out. And I'm not saying that's a bad. It's whatever. Even if it's just for me or it's for anybody.
Unless we're dating long term, you're not going to get me sitting in bed with a bowl of cereal, lifting my shirt up. Like, you're not. Like, you're going to get
that's
something
the only pictures I want. That's an album cover. You blur it out, but just naked with a bowl of cereal. Dude,
cereal.
And let me say this. I am the opposite of you, Pat. I don't care if it's the same naked picture. Just the thought of being like, "Hey, thought of you. Thought you'd enjoy this." I'll be like, "Oh, thank you. That made my day."
Mm-hmm.
No, I want and I know I like that, but for me, I want the suggestive photo. I still want it on, but like, "Hey, when are you coming over?" Bra, panties, something like that, or just a night off, or just like whatever in bed, but like with the covers up. I don't know. I like to see the naked in person. What am I doing now? Now I'm just sitting there with a heart on. Like, I don't want to just hang out in some. I've gotten those pictures like at a comedy show. Like, now what do I do? Now
that's my favorite. Right before I go on stage.
I was gonna say some guys love that. Yeah. Some guys don't. Like, some guys love it, and then some guys hate it.
Good luck with your set. Hope this doesn't distract you.
Exactly. I would be that type. I'm like, I know you're super busy, but I hope this doesn't distract you. Thinking of you, like in the middle of the workday.
Yep.
Now, I know this happens to women way more, so it's not much to men, but I'm sure you've gotten pictures from people you don't even know or not sexually involved with that just send you like a dick or something.
She's been on Compound, Pat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100% in my DMs.
Now, I weirdly, the people that are attracted to me sometimes are like lunatics, and I get it. You're on stage, people see you, they think you're this alpha thing when you're really this scared child, whatever, but like they don't get that. I'll get women sending, like, they'll talk to me 1 minute on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, and then just send me pictures and something, but the picture, no. I wish it was the tip it. It's like I can see their kidney. It's like, what the fuck are you sending?
Ew,
like,
ew, no.
I've written back, ew, no. And like,
just send like a bra pic or a titty pic if you want them interested.
But even that, just I need a conversation first. It's just me, but I gotta get to know. I don't want. If you need that, if that's your lead,
okay, boomer.
No, but no.
Barb's got a prison legal degree. She's got enough evidence here to present that you're gay. Okay. She's got enough evidence to present that you're gay. That it's going to go to the grand jury.
Oh, okay. You think that? It's not that. Listen, I don't like men in any way, and I get what you're saying. But
no, it's cute.
No, it's not even about being cute. It's just I overthink. So therefore, if you have to lead with your tits, you have nothing to say to me. And then why would I want to talk to you?
What more does she need to say?
Like conversation. I'm turned on.
What if she's scared? What if she's scared to voice her opinion because people have told her she's boring or she talks too much or she's crazy too many times? So she just rather lead with her tits because she thinks that's what you want.
And a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Tell me that. I'm pretty open, and people, the second they talk to me, know you can tell me anything.
Okay, fair enough. You're a particular instance. Okay, fair enough. Because I've done that before where I'm like, oh, I want to talk about 9/11, but I don't think this guy cares, so I'm just going to send a titty pic.
Let's fucking go.
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Not even the best building collapse of all time. Maybe top 8. You know what I mean? Like
very poorly orchestrated. Those passports on top of the rubble, fake.
Yeah, and what happened to those white dudes who got arrested on the George Washington Bridge? That went away pretty quickly.
I forgot that happened until you brought it up. Look at that.
And what about the guy who was supposed to deliver pizzas to a pizza party on the 10th floor? Didn't make any money that day.
I know, he didn't get his tip.
You know, he had been like late to a bunch of deliveries, so he called into the office and they were like, I don't care what the fucking excuse is. And he's like, look out the window.
I don't care. I'm a building. Like, I get 6 planes flew into the building. You get those pizzas, Marco.
And most importantly, what about my great Nana? That was her birthday, and now it's 9/11.
Well, you'll never forget
I had a
your
best
Nana.
friend, Emily, growing up, that her birthday was on 9/11. It was always really awkward in school when they would do like the whole 9/11 thing. And they're like, and Emily has cupcakes to pass out.
One candle falls into the other one out the cupcakes. That'd be fucking awesome.
One's just collapsing. The other one's in half.
One girl's descent into Islamic extremism, having a birthday on 9/11.
By the way, once again, how old are you, Pat? I was working selling beer when 9/11 happened. You were having cupcakes on someone's birthday.
I was in kindergarten when it happened.
Yeah.
I was wearing my little schoolgirl uniform when I was in kindergarten.
Why were you in a kindergarten schoolgirl uniform? Just you had a photo shoot later?
No, I went to my mom's boyfriend dressed me up like that and then gave me candy and told me not to tell anyone.
And he's like, you don't even go to school. Now just keep sucking my dick.
He's like, just stay in the basement. Don't make a sound.
It's like, by the way, I've never seen you with my mom. We're dating, all right? Now get back to the
Chill.
verse. What was that, Bobby? I'm sorry.
I said, chill. I'm your new dad.
I'm your new dad.
Well, not new dad, new daddy. Say daddy. Say daddy.
That's where my fetish stemmed from. That's why I like to say daddy. I was 4 when it first started.
No, but your fetish stemmed from the only time you got respect when you were naked. But anyway, Bobby,
if I wasn't into that, I would cry, but I'm slightly turned on.
I wish I could hear you, but I'm so old my hearing aid went out. Anyway. Enjoy your Dominican Republic boyfriend. Enjoy visiting him. When you go to prison to visit him, the cupcake holds a file well. Anyway, he'd be like 9/11. He's like, adios mio.
I just want to play my baseball.
Where's the shank?
Just I'm the tramp. I'm the tramp. I'm the tramp. I'm the tramp. I'm the tramp.
I'm done. I'm sorry, Bobby.
Podcast, I think it might be the door out of context. That could be fun.
We're a kid show now.
We are a kid show now. Well,
I'm not Dora. I'm Hora.
You don't
Hora
speak Spanish. You teach people how to gold dig. You're like, this is how to be a sugar baby. You want to find a couple. They're going to be more understanding. And they both have a bank account.
You can't be horror with that bowl haircut, though. You know what I mean? There's no way. Like, that was the worst part they did to her. You can make her Mexican as you want to.
And then like the V in front, like with the bangs, like whatever the fuck they did to her.
I do feel like the animator was like, all right, we got to do whatever we can to not make this girl fuckable. Because it's just going to be a pedophile's dream. So let's give her the boy cut.
Like a little Mexican girl that crossed the border for sure.
But how do we also make it fun? How about a naked monkey? Now, he can't be naked. Put boots on him. What are you going to call him?
Boots.
Fucking boots.
Monkeys love boots.
That is such an old hood name. Like we call that guy Sweatshirt because he wears a sweatshirt. It's like, that's it. Fuck him. Boots. The naked monkey with fucking shoes. Like, you got a shoe game, but you can't get a shirt. You with Hora? But
Dora needs a green card. Can you say verde? Verde is green in Spanish.
Verde, carta. Carta de verde.
I think they should have remade that, but instead of Swiper, had Trump. You know,
Oh my God.
Trump, stop building. And he's putting a wall up, and they're like, stop building, Trump, stop building.
Swiper's cousin, who's a coyote, shows up. He's like, I can get you across the border, Dora.
Just get on your knees.
Oh no, Dora's been abandoned in the middle of nowhere with no food and no map.
Oh no, Abuela's been shot.
We found Dora's underwear on a tree in the desert.
Can you say Rojo?
No.
And that bull keeps sniffing her panties. I forgot the bull's name. You just what was it? It was Benny?
I literally just know backpack, map, and boots, and her cousin Diego. And Dora.
Diego had a spinoff. I had to go see that
Bob
live.
the Builder.
Yeah. No, Bob the Builder's a whole different fucking world.
Bob the Builder's a white guy who builds houses. Like, we're
Yes.
talking about Mexican
You
immigrants.
want to
Diego
go Mexican,
works
you go
for him.
handy manny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. See, I pay attention to the people I date. Anyway,
So do I.
With my
So do
kids.
I.
You thought I watched it with my kids? Anyway, so it's,
I don't even have kids, and I know what these are.
of course you don't have kids. Nothing's living in there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
It's like Scarface. The womb's been polluted.
if her face was scarred, then she'd never get a date. Like,
Oh my gosh.
it's just that her insides are beat up. Oh, that I thought we were doing this, Mr. I'm so old I can't live. Fuck you. So
It's all good. Nothing's surviving down there. You're
it's
correct.
right. It's basically like a concentration camp shower down there. You know what I mean?
And
Just
if you want to make
It's
sure
like
nothing grows
Fukushima.
down there, Silk City hot
I
sauce.
Fukushima. Anyway, ladies, if you like bombings, go to silkcityhotsauce.com. Whatever tragedy you're thinking of, 9/11, the Holocaust, there's a sauce for all of them. Whatever. Bobby, if you were going to have a Holocaust deniers party, which sauce and what food would you have?
I mean, come on. Badass you.
But what food? What would you be putting it on?
I don't. Do they have parties? They don't seem like a joyful group of people. Like if that's
They're
the one
really
thing.
into denying.
All right, how did we meet?
How do we meet?
Yeah, I'm not just gonna
At a
throw
bookstore.
I'm not gonna throw an amateur party here. Okay, at a bookstore.
Oh, I
Online.
was gonna say I would say at a bookstore because you were looking at something that could be considered white supremacist propaganda.
Okay. All right, that does feel more my pace. I'm more of a in person. So we're at a bookstore. I'm probably gonna go General Tso's chicken, and let me tell you why. Because if things get too heated or like people are denying numbers, we've got certain people who are like, well, maybe it happened, but not that. Then we can all make fun of the Chinese food.
Nice. I would do not ziti. So it's ziti, but you put the NA in front of it, and then you do them in little like swastika shapes. Barb?
This is gonna sound really basic, but I would just serve kosher hot dogs, man.
Oh, I like it. It's basic, but it gets right to the point. You know what
I
I
would
mean?
just serve some gefilte fish and kosher hot dogs. That's what we're having at a Holocaust deniers party.
Is that what you say when you touch a Jewish girl in her pussy for the first time? I could felt your fish. Bobby, can we make that T-shirt?
How'd you guys meet? Well, we were all moving Frank Vogel from the nonfiction to the fiction section.
Oh.
And I said, wait, are you doing the same thing?
Well, was it really 6 million? Really?
Oh, Barb, you could have had Anne Frankfurters.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
but
that was
you did it
the
either way.
missed opportunity.
Kosher and Frankfurters.
Frankfurters.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good hot dog stand. That's a good name for a hot dog stand. If anyone ever wants,
I
to
don't
do a
know if
hot dog.
good is the term I'd use, but memorable.
And Frankfurters.
Yep. Everything comes with a free pair of shoes.
That one you can't really get away with. You could just find somebody and be like, you're Ann. This is your hot dog place. But then when you're giving
Sure.
away shoes.
And you could time them to see how fast they could eat it too. Like before the Nazis come, you can have a challenge, like a food eating challenge, like eat this hot dog like within a minute or the Nazis come and get you.
This is a smoked Triscuit.
Could.
I'm just saying.
You could have a fun game.
You can have a fun game with it. You can have like makeshift gas chambers where you smoke the meat.
I think you just play a fun game we did as kids. You just play concentration.
What the fuck is that?
It's
You don't
where
know that
one
game?
group
It's like
of people
memory?
gets rounded up. And
Yeah.
they become a memory.
It's like,
Okay.
Better concentrate hard on these people because they're not going to be here for long.
But I would also use Aztec Attack as my sauce because it's mild, but also it reminds you of a different attack. But either way, whatever you're celebrating, whatever tragedy you have to go to, like maybe like your kid's birthday or a graduation or a Holocaust denier party, go to SilkCityHotSauce.com. Use the promo code POS for please. Oh my God, swastikas. That's what it stands for. Use that and you can save 15%. And if you're Jewish, you love that. So you're not really around anymore. But like the ones that are left, you can save money and you can give it to people on their Gazelle to Gazoink, whatever happy day they do, whatever those words are.
Bring it to your next brisk. Like, use it as like disinfectant. It's definitely going to make the baby scream. It'll clean all your germs.
If you want a good joke at your next brisk, take a drop of the, what's the hottest one? The shit your pants.
They have that ghost one.
Okay, take a drop of Ghost Whisper and put it on the baby's penis. That way, when the priest sucks on it later, you get a nice little surprise too. You're like, Satan said we shouldn't do that anymore. It's
Bobby, you know
like
what that's called?
No.
It's called the baby Drake.
Oh.
That's what they should do. If Drake's putting in his condoms, if you're worried your kid's getting his dick sucked, put a little hot sauce on top of his dick and then watch the priest go, oh, like, I gotcha.
That's a good way to weed out pedophiles in your life. Put it on your kids' dicks and see who's got a burning mouth later on.
Until you find out there are no pedophiles, and then every day you're just lathering your kid's dick in sauce.
And you're the pedophile.
Like, there are probably going to be some arguably worse ramifications from this down the road, but this is for my comfort, not yours.
Oh, Bobby, once again, we haven't had to do this disclaimer in a while, but we'll do it now. Silk City Hot Sauce hates pedophiles. If you're a pedophile, you can't buy the sauce. But if you don't like to fuck kids and you like good taste, you get on over to SilkCityHotSauce.com, buy a bunch, send them to your friends. They got new sauce. I think Bob Levy just got a new sauce. New sauces all the time. Rob Saul's got a fucking Bloody Mary.
They have a lot of good ones. I was going to say, I got like one of their like starter packs like last year, like just like the basic one. Like I think it was like 3 or 4 of them. They were really good though. They're my ex used all of them up, but they were really good. So that's just a testament.
Well, the spick you're with now, he would love that stuff. Like you could just put it on everything. Like you have burritos, tamales.
No, we make our own.
We make our own.
Rice and beans.
You have one for my mole.
Chilaquiles.
Aztec Attack is okay. I see.
He's nice. When Barbs comes over and she hangs out with my 47 kids in my hatchback, and we all have the hot sauce. We have our own. We all have our own sauce.
We go swipe or no swipey.
Well, every time I come early, she calls me Speedy Gonzalez. It's not fair.
That's why she's not allowed in the Brooklyn open mics, because of jokes like that.
I wish I could come up with jokes like that on the spot right there about the amount of Hispanics I've fucked.
It's
not
so
culturally appropriating if you have enough sperm inside of you. You've appropriated.
Listen, it's like if at least 2 of them got me pregnant, I think I'm allowed to make the jokes. Like if I've aborted 2 of their kids, like I think I'm allowed to make the jokes.
You're Jewish, right? So you're pretty much their culture. That's the rules.
You can make the joke, but then they can choose to not hear the joke. It's their listening, their choice.
Their rights.
Yes, see? Like I told you the other day, I said to an audience for no reason that didn't laugh at a joke. I said, you're all Roe and no Wade. I had no idea what that meant. And a lady goes, no. And I'm like, the other way around then? Like, I don't know which team. I go, which one was the baby?
Which one was the one with the kid?
Which one was, in my mind, one's the baby, one's the mom.
Was the baby, the mom suing the baby.
Yes. Don't kill me. Just because I'm Dwayne Wade's kid. You don't have to fucking kill me.
That's the one you went with?
That's the only Wade I could think of. I know a guy named Jeff Wade, but he's just, no one knows him. Well, other Wades.
There's no other famous Wades.
I mean, not as famous as Dwayne Wade.
You guys don't know Perry Wade?
No.
He invented the steam engine.
Well, he's not as famous as basketball legend Dwayne Wade.
I was going to say he's an NBA player.
You don't know John Wade?
No, is he like your uncle?
No, he's the Western dude. I'm your Uncle Pilgrim.
John Wayne?
That's Wayne.
That's Wayne.
It wasn't Roe versus Wayne. I would have said Bruce Wayne.
What? Bruce Wade? You never heard of Bruce Wade? He's a rich billionaire? I
really
was hoping
John
I could come
Wayne
up with
Gacy.
a third one. John Wayne Gacy, damn it.
John Wayne Gacy.
Wait, Bobby, do it.
You don't know John Wayne Gacy?
John Wayne Gacy?
John Wayne Gacy?
You never heard of waiting to exhale? Anyway, on that note, Barb, thank you so much for doing whatever this is. We really appreciate you having on. Please tell
Thank you for having me on. Yeah, send me the links. I'll send them to a bunch of the dudes.
Where can people follow you and harass you?
They can harass me. Well, I'm currently still trying to fight to get my Twitter back. So if someone wants to sell me their Twitter or give me their Twitter, I'll appreciate it.
I left Twitter, so you can be Pat_Oates all you want. You can have
perfect.
That.
I'll pretend to be Pat. I'll catfish people.
You wouldn't be you wouldn't be the first one. As soon as I left, there was like 6 of them saying horrible things about me.
That's weird. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, I left Twitter because it wasn't a good time. But anyway.
No, it's like the waiting room for like a psych ward. That's what I think Twitter is. It's like a bunch of unmedicated humans, which I'm one of them. But just follow me on TikTok, Barbs versus the World. I post once every few days. If I'm having a mental breakdown, it'll be like 5 in a day. You'll get a really good laugh at my own mental instability. Usually my titties are out, so people enjoy that.
On TikTok, you can have your titties out? Oh, you mean like side?
Like side cleavage, very like tiny shirts, like bikinis, all that. Like it's a kids app, but they don't really care about that.
No, I mean there's all different layers. I'm not on TikTok, but my kids go. There's certain parts you don't go down, and certain parts you go.
No, there's some. I've had lacrosse teams from high schools pop up on my For You page. I'm like, no, this is bait. I'm like, this is bait for me. I'm like,
not
this
today,
is not
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, I'm
not today. You're not fooling me.
I'm not taking another payoff from their dad.
I already had to leave Florida.
Serious. I'm already on a registry, but just follow me on TikTok, follow my YouTube channel, same thing, Barbs versus the World. I post stupid videos. I think I'm funny. I think I'm insightful. So,
well, we don't think that. We know that you're funny. We know that you're insightful.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you having on. You've been a lot.
Thank you for having me on. Sorry for my ADHD. I steer every conversation 7 different ways.
You're dealing with 2 people that also have it. That's why it worked. Bobby, go ahead.
Check out the Davy Mac Sports program. It's up and alive. We had Bobo on this week. You know him. You love him. It's a great episode.
He was the guy we called retarded earlier.
Yeah, he's not. He's just autistic. He loves the Mets.
Nothing
also,
wrong with that.
Head over to our Patreon. We got lots of good stuff there. I have a show somewhere in Pennsylvania. It's 2 hours from where I live this weekend. So if you're in Pennsylvania and really want to see me, let me know and we'll work it out. And then I got some things in the work with Gino. August 24th, I'll be in Brooklyn with the Brooklyn Comedy Club with Stevie Lou. So get your tickets now because that'll sell out.
Wait, is that the Brooklyn Comedy Club at Old Man Hustle?
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. I used to work there. Fuck yeah. Maybe if I'm unbanned from the place, I'll go visit.
We'll see what we can work out for you.
Yeah, I've never heard somebody ask someone from Compound to get them unbanned.
I'm banned from both locations. I'm not allowed there. So.
Oh, hey, I know I'm usually the guy that has to be like, please don't ban me, but...
But all right, so all support all Bobby's stuff. I've got what is this coming out this week? So Saturday I'm in Rocky Hill, Connecticut on a show there at Still Hill Brewery. Next week I'm at Comics Mohegan Sun. I'll be on no PLR this week, but next week I'll be on the weekend there. I'll post all the dates of when I'm on the radio there. Please go on the Patreon. We're having a lot of fun there, putting tons of content out. Please get over there and do that. And besides that, once again, Barb, thank you so fucking much.
Really thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And Bobby,
if you can't join them, beat them, and don't be a piece of shit.